All right, this is a live interview, and I think we'll play it just live on the radio. Interview with Naked Aggression from California?
Yeah, Los Angeles, California.
All the way from Los Angeles, California. You have some basic generic questions here. How about introducing the band's current lineup?
Okay, well, I'm Kirsten, the lead singer, and Phil, the guitarist, is over there. We're silk screening t-shirts right now. And our new bass player is John, and our new drummer is Kirby. And they're both from LA.
Okay. They're new to the band?
And we just moved to LA and met them there, and they joined up.
Okay, how long have you two been doing your...
About 2.5 years.
Yeah, I hope that picks up.
About 2.5 years me and Kirsten been doing Naked Aggression.
Yeah, we started in Wisconsin, in Madison, Wisconsin. Moved to East Oakland and hated it, so we moved to LA after our summer tour and liked it better.
Yeah, and you met the other two there, John and Kirby? How's everything working out?
Well, pretty good. The tour's been going really well. We started all the way down in LA and drove all the way up the west coast to Vancouver, and now all the way over to here. And it's been a lot of fun and a lot of cool people. Played all these towns I never even heard of, and now it's great. It was great.
How long did the tour actually take?
So far we've been on the road a month, and we have about exactly a month left. So we're gonna go all the way back through the U.S.
So, what exactly made you come to Nova Scotia?
Well, we're going all the way across Canada to the East Coast, and we figured, well, we may as well play over there too. And since anyways, not many people go there, we figured it'd be kind of cool to see somewhere we've never been. And a friend of ours in Vancouver said, who is from Fredericton, originally, she said, play there, you gotta play there, no one plays there. So she gave us some numbers and we hooked up some shows.
Yeah, that's great. How are you liking Canada so far?
Oh, it's pretty cool. Like, I really like Quebec City. It's really pretty and speak a different language, so it's neat, you know, a little bit different culture. Not so Americanized like Quebec. And the rest of Canada, everyone's been really nice and receptive. And it seems pretty cool. Like, I feel safer here than I do in most places in the U.S.
Yeah, I was going to ask you how you liked Halifax, but you haven't had a chance to see much of it.
No, we only been in town like an hour. Been in town about a half hour, so.
How did you like Canada so far?
I like Canada a lot, yeah. It's a nice place. Everyone's pretty friendly, really. In general, they seem friendlier. You know, not everyone's friendly.
Can't believe you make them as you
Let's see.
Another question.
Oh, another question. Oh, did you know, or what did you know about Halifax before you came? Was it sort of a really spur of the moment?
Well, I knew this one mass turbulence comp that I heard. I actually reviewed it for National Rock and Roll, this magazine. And someone sent me this mass turbulence. Had all these Halifax bands on it. So I'm pretty familiar with all the bands that were on the comp.
Yeah. And then we knew Nova Scotia, that's like a different country, right? It's not really part of Canada. It's its own thing, or is it?
Yeah, well, they're the Maritimes in Atlantic Canada, which are sort of separate from most Canada through Quebec. So the Maritimes are generally their own little section of provinces anyway. Sort of like the South in the States. I don't know.
And I was wondering, it seemed like people were saying in the Maritimes that a lot of Celtic people like immigrated over here a long time ago, like from Scotland, and I don't know, I knew a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, that was actually how Nova Scotia got its name, New Scotland, and we still have a lot of Celtic and those descendants, a lot of Irish and Scottish up in Cape Breton, which is even like a little, almost a little province of its own here in Nova Scotia.
I thought that sounded kind of neat because I'm part Scottish, so thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's great. Let's see. Oh, I was wondering if you had or if you could do a discography of what you have released, or maybe even do a little bit of what you sound like for people who haven't heard you. Or?
Okay, well, the first thing we recorded was called They Can't Get Me Down, a 7-inch EP. And that was in, I guess, October of 91. And then we did another 7-inch EP called Keep Your Eyes Open in like March of 92. And then we did a LP CD cassette. And that got released just this past May.
Yeah, May 93.
And as far as our sound, I don't know, I guess we play pretty fast. A lot of it's pretty angry, but we try to keep like a positive message overall, you know, that people shouldn't really give up even though everything's messed up. And the music's just it's kind of fast. It's not really straight out hardcore, it's more punk rock, I guess. I don't know, how would you describe the music?
Yeah, and we get reviews like they compare us to a lot of early 80s LA hardcore bands. I don't know if we sound like them or not, but maybe it's a little more complex, more changes, more chords and stuff, but yeah, just really angry, a lot of political and personal lyrics, pissed off at the government. Fuck the government. I don't know if I can say that on the radio.
Well, I think we can get away with it in a live interview.
All right.
But let's see. Okay. Oh, do you have? I don't know. I was just thinking, maybe since you're kind of a smaller band at the moment, you might have little funny road stories or stories about your first gig. You know, yeah, the first place we got a gig was so small or whatever. Anything like that.
You want to tell him, Phil? I was at Club to Wash in Madison, Wisconsin. It's like this shitty bar, hole-in-the-wall bar, and most bar shows for punk bands don't go too well anyways, because kids can't get in the U.S. So it was really empty, and I don't know. There's nothing that unusual about it. We just got up there and did it. And
One time we opened for a puppet show in San Francisco.
oh my God, that was embarrassing.
A puppet show?
Yeah, it's a really stupid puppet show. We had to open up the show because we were the first ones to get there. So we had to go on first. And
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
it was a puppet show.
And let's see, nothing. Oh well, we played a few shows where we played Gilman Street in Berkeley a lot, and we played with this one band, the Insaints, and I guess like the lead singer, she does a lot of sex stuff on stage and lesbian stuff, and while she's singing. And this one of the old Dead Kennedys members likes her band and our band, and we were playing a show together. And he gave her flowers, you know, before the show, and he gave our other drummer at the time flowers, and like so, they play, and he ends up wanting to beat her up because she's doing some lesbian sex stuff on stage, like, and he's Christian now, he's a born-again Christian, and so he was like, well, I can't beat her up, that's not Christian, so I'll call the cops, and like, the cops came and nearly shut down Gilman Street forever and arrested, well, I mean, the DA is bringing Mary into court and might put her in jail for a year now. But that was a really messed up show because that guy called the cops and ruined it for everyone.
Well, Texas is pretty crazy, isn't it? I don't know very much about the states, but don't they have a lot of church-wielding, almost Bible maniacs?
In Texas, there's really cool shows. Like there's a good punk scene, and we didn't get harassed by the cops in Texas, but in Alabama, we practically got chased out of town by the cops. Like they were threatening to arrest our roadie for selling obscene lyrics, like merchandise with obscene lyrics to minors and
like pornography to minors. Is that wrong?
Well, no, it's just obscene lyrics like fuck, shit, and all those curse words, and all the religious groups have been calling the cops up all week complaining about our name, and they didn't want a band with our name playing in their town, and they were calling the promoter, and they put up this huge sign saying no nudity, no Satan worshiping, and all this stupid stuff at the door, and it was really weird. And then they finally confiscated a CD and a tape for investigative purposes and just took it from us, like they stole it. And we just got out of there because we didn't want to get arrested and go to jail. That's pretty messed up. But yeah, Alabama and Georgia are pretty strict.
Yeah, that's the South again, right?
Yeah. It was really, that was really messed up. Do you know any other weird things that happened on the show?
One recently?
Yeah, or anything.
Weirdest thing.
Some drunk skinhead girl in LA was trying to start fights with everyone once, and she came up on the stage while we were playing and started moving our drummer's drum set around so we couldn't hit the drums. And so Phil stopped playing immediately and threw her, literally just picked her up and threw her off the side of the stage. That was pretty funny.
That was pretty funny.
And then he almost got in a fight with her afterwards. She was trying to hit him and shit. So that was messed up.
Yeah. So things have been going well.
Yeah, the tour's been great. We had a few bad shows because we had a pretty bad promoter set them up, but most of them overall are great so far.
Yeah. Do you have any parting words of wisdom, I guess you could call it?
Well, for one thing,
doesn't want to take it.
well, for one thing, just try to think for yourself and question everything that's going on around you and what people tell you, especially the news and media and the government, your teachers. And if you notice things are messed up and you wish they could be better, you should try to get off your butt and do something about it. Don't be apathetic. Because I'd say apathy equals death. So,
Well,
parting words of wisdom.
anything?
Say punk rock till you die. Don't just be in it for a few years and then decide you need to get a full-time job or something, because that's not really gonna. I don't know. I've known people who have done that and they ended up being pretty unhappy. And after you have a kid and get a full-time job, it can be hard to get back into being yourself,
One thing I was going to do is, for my show, I was going to let you guys pick out some musical bands or some songs you'd like to play. Sort of call it, your little request thing, if there's anything you'd want to hear.
I want to hear the Intoxicators and that song Boot Fuck, because it makes me laugh my ass off every time I hear that song. I laugh so hard. It's the funniest. I think it should win an award for the funniest, most crazy song of the year.
All the Intoxicator stuff is like that.
Oh, it's
hilarious.
It's
It's great band from Halifax, actually.
What song do you want to hear?
Phil?
Oh, you mean on your show?
Any
Oh.
Hopefully I'll be able to find it. I know we've got the Intoxicator.
Do you have the First Asexual record?
Yeah, we do.
They have a song, Be What You Want. That's a really neat song.
Okay.
We played at the Asexuals last night, and it was really weird.
It's hard.
They don't play any of their songs from their first record. All they do is play all this other stuff that I never
grunge
played.
REM
It was really
crap.
sad. I was
So they've mellowed out, actually?
yeah, it didn't even seem like it was the same band at
Totally.
all. There's no way to...
What? No Contra Rebel or Ego Trip or anything like that?
They want to play it, we yelled
No
at it.
Castro, no.
They totally kind of sold out their ideals. They have a song that says, fuck all them long hairs, and now they have long hair. So it's kind of funny. I mean, I don't care if people have long hair or not, but obviously they did, and they changed their mind. I don't know.
Yeah, the Asexuals are actually playing down at the Deuce tonight. Yeah, I was gonna go see if I could get a little bit from them, but
Don't pay to see
I
them
don't
at
know.
least. Only go
Hopefully.
because you're going to be like, oh man, it's just total generic, really generic grunge. Just nothing original.
Because I remember listening to the Asexuals and thinking, wow. And I saw the poster and I thought, wow, they're coming here. That'd be
Yeah, I was so
Pretty crazy.
disappointed. I was really disappointed and kind of pissed off at him.
Yeah.
Just changing like that. I mean, that's just. At least they should have changed their name if they're gonna like do that. You know, like, God.
I guess there was a member of the Asexuals who actually quit a while ago and joined the Doughboys, and he was actually still being heckled. You know, I thought used to be a punk and stuff like that at shows, but now I guess I still haven't seen them lately.
Yeah, well, definitely don't pay to see them because you'll just waste your money. Come see our show instead. Anyways, we're still punk rock.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot, guys. You're gonna be on in about, I don't know, an hour and a half?
Probably.
2 hours? Well, actually, the show will probably start in about an hour, and then you'll probably be on in about 2 hours. This show?
Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, we are
We
talking
got 20
about
minutes left to do a sound check.
20 minutes left to do a sound check? Okay.
That's what Connie just said, and I just called a few people that are on the way down, so.
Okay. All right, we'll wrap it up there.
Do you want another band to do sound check, or should we-
That's great.